Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome. It seems like every day another article comes out giving even more proof, more evidence supporting the extremely bullish case for silver in the coming years. It's not just these silver pumping articles anymore. We have mainstream media, news outlets. What the heck? We even got several banks admitting they're bullish for silver. This is more than a guess, it's deeper than a theory with more proof and evidence backing its potential than any other commodity. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the world of precious metals. Happy Thanksgiving. What are you guys grateful for? Put that in the comments. I'd love to know. I'm grateful for my daughter Zendaya, best known as Baby Bullying on this channel. I'm also grateful for you guys. I cannot thank you guys for the amount of support on this channel. We're about to hit 34,000 subscribers. I'm also grateful for the holiday season. This pandemic has killed our spirits, but hopefully the holidays can lift our spirits and we could end 2020 on a good note to start the new year. Now, silver is still dynamite, like always. I swear more articles come out every day, and I'm going to cover it because you guys know I post daily videos giving you guys the daily inside scoop, keeping you in the loop of what's happening, why the markets are acting that way, and more importantly, what you should do about it. Cannot be blindly investing. It's not realistic. So you got to be subscribed. Now, we got some good stuff here, right? We got some good stuff. It's going into the technicals. Numbers don't lie. This is going to show some extremely bullish proof, and I'm really excited because once I read this, I skimmed over it, and it looks like it's going to really give some vital information. So here's the summary. To free your mind from an unmanageable amount of data, a principle-based approach by grouping all events into their impact scope is helpful. Ineffective. The only worthwhile question to be asked is, do we have low-risk trade or investment opportunity that is worthwhile taking? Despite the pullback since early August, silver still remains bullish, especially as the overall reversal pattern in March is confirmed by the volume analysis on a monthly chart. See, numbers don't lie. It's still, this is the thing. People look at silver right now compared to August and say, oh, silver's down. And that's all they look at. They're not looking forwards. See, gambling is looking at the immediate term, what's on the table right now. Investing is looking forwards. When you're investing into something, when you're invested into a company, you're invested because you see the potential. You see where that company or that asset is going. That's the difference between gambling and investing. Also, why you can see why gambling is so much more dangerous. So, as a trader, you can occupy your mind with a lot of data and create scenarios for each different event. This will create an unmanageable workflow plan since anything and everything can move the markets. A more principle-based approach is grouping all events into their impact scope. So instead of creating individual insurance policies for fire, flood, storm, earthquake, you rather have an umbrella insurance based on impact only. Meaning, make your risk decisions in trading only based on the scope of the impact, irrespective of the cause. This simplifies your toolbox on how to react to extraordinary events and prepares you in a way that your mind isn't overwhelmed with too much evaluation of various scenarios. And I like that. Because there is a lot of different things that can affect the market. We have so many things, and all these are actually bullish for precious metals. But there is some things like the dollar index, right? Stock market volatility, the pandemic, actually, economic recovery, especially with China recovering. There is some different things on the left and the right side, the up and the downside, but overall, precious metals are definitely going to come out on top. So I like how they keep going with this. Check this out. So the markets are a game already with too many variables that overwhelm the left brain market participant. Cornering risk, the most important component in market play, through reducing impact criteria is useful. When working with charts, we deal with three major aspects: price, volume, and time. From these components, we derive trend, range, volatility, and other subgroups of impacting nuances. In effect, the only worthwhile question to be asking is, do we have a low-risk trade that's worthwhile taking? So, I've been talking about on this channel, I want to focus more on charts because yes, we cover a lot of stuff that's happening economically, right? We understand that stuff. We understand how the markets are affected from an economic advantage or disadvantage, I guess. We understand what the dollar index can do to silver. We understand if the economy does start to recover. We understand what demand's going to do. We understand the supply, the shortage, all that. We understand that. But if we could also start reading charts, noticing the patterns, triangle formations, right, the support and resistance levels, if we can get all that data and intertwine it, combine it with the economic data, I feel like we can get an extremely accurate, educated guess or an extremely accurate idea of where the prices are going. So that's what I'm kind of working on right now, is getting more into the charts. I mean, yes, they explain it, but I want to be able to do this stuff myself. I mean, I don't know why, maybe because I am an influencer of precious metals, so maybe just me, myself. Let me know, do you guys also read charts or do you want to learn? Because I could teach you as I go along as well. I think it would be just something that can benefit us more. I'm always trying to better myself, become a better investor, and learn more. Over the last 6 months, the price of silver has been bullish. The weekly chart for the AXUSD above describes our most likely scenario of the future silver's price behavior. So, the monthly chart and volume. On the monthly time frame, the volume analysis of silver market shows 600% increase from the 20-day moving average volume in March of this year. This confirms the reversal price pattern, purple circles. So we have 600% increase. The following month's volume nodes, yellow circle, exceeded a temporary high for the last 5 years by more than threefold. This confirms the larger turning point from a sideways market into a bullish directional market. And I like how this chart right here goes back to 2011, and that's one of the main things that I got out of this article, was looking at the comparison last time silver was $50 and also seeing over the next couple of years the comparison of what could happen. You can see back in 2011 when silver was $50, we had a pretty quick downtrend. I mean, from 2011 we had $50 silver, and then it got all the way down to around this 18, $19, $20 range by 2013. Most people actually in 2011 were betting on even higher silver prices. I remember making a video. I was really interested to see when the price was up here, what were people thinking? Were they thinking that it's going to keep going higher to 100? Or were they knowing that that's the top? I was really interested to see what people were talking about, what the articles were talking about, and most people thought it was going to keep going higher. So a lot of people probably missed a key opportunity to sell right there. So in April 2022, like they're saying, silver will be $50. There's going to be a lot of resistance. So if you are looking to sell in the short term and want to make some profits, that's probably going to be around the time frame, or once it does get to $50, whether it's 1 year or 4 years. If you are looking to sell now and just ready to get out of the silver game, you're probably going to want to do it around $50. But don't do it all at once, because that means you've capped in. What if over the next 2, 3, 4 years it gets even higher? A lot of people are saying in a much shorter time frame. Citibank calls for $100 silver over the next year or two. I mean, there's definitely opportunity. If you want to talk about crazy silver prices, we're living in crazy times, especially with the amount of stimulus we're throwing out. I mean, anything could happen. Looking at the silver, or at the market from a time perspective, we projected doubling in price within 17 months. So, other words, $50 silver in 17 months. The standard deviation model contraction maximum was June this year. In other words, this confirms that silver is in an expansion cycle right now. So silver under the impact scope. We can't stretch enough how valuable a free mind in trading is. Debate in any other resolved or unresolved questionnaire is one's mind counterproductive for executing trades. Reducing data by grouping it in the impact fields of price, value, and time frames can at least of action substantiates a solid course of action. Postponing reason, causes, and details to a later time reduces trading errors by a large margin. And it makes sense, right? It definitely makes sense. You got to think realistically. I mean, yes, there's a lot of emotions, especially when there's money involved, especially when your future is at stake, right? Because this is either, living financially free, or you could lose a lot of money and be in debt. I mean, it could go one way or the other. Precious metals is definitely one of the safer, smarter alternatives. I mean, I don't think that when you're investing into silver, you're going to get too deep in the hole because you're transferring money to more money. Just the one money is in paper form, the other type of money is in metal form. It's not like stocks or crypto where if they crash and you sell, you literally have nothing to show for it. At least at the end of the day, you still have silver, which is valuable within itself. That's why, and your silver is always going to be at least worth something. So if you want to, cash out one day, at least you're still going to have something to show for, and also something to get back in return. So I don't know. I love this article because it definitely shows three different scenarios actually of what could happen, but also where it's going to lead, especially going back to 2011 if we look at the same times. Now let's break this down real quick before I wrap the video up. So there's downtime obviously, and then the uptime. We've been waiting. This middle part, this is where I've been making videos talking about the next explosive cycle. Something needed to happen. Something, over these years, talking about the next thing that's going to set it off. Right around this point, the U.S.-China trade negotiations started going off. The Hong Kong protests, the Saudi Arabian oil fields, right, with the low oil. We had, what else? Something else around that time. And then the pandemic came, right? And that's when this kicked off. And when that all happened, and not only that, the 2020 presidential election, when all that happened, I knew we were in the new bullish cycle. So yes, we were patient. A lot of people lost patience. You got to be patient as an investor. A lot of people right here thought silver was just nothing, worthless anymore. And I didn't. I had hope. That's why I kept posting videos on my channel saying, patient, silver stackers are going to get the last laugh. And now here we go. And now looking forwards, as stimulus is thrown out, as silver demand is skyrocketing, with the supply diminishing, with everything is looking like it's going to go back up. But back here, the whole point of I'm saying this is, back here, this was led from, this part right here, which was the same before this $50 silver part right here, was led from the 2008 credit crisis when we had billion-dollar stimulus, a recession/depression. And that led to $50 silver. So now we have $1 trillion stimulus, a silver shortage, and a presidential election that was very controversial. And times are going to get only worse with the dollar index, or the dollar on its last leg, which is probably going to get completely killed from the stimulus. I mean, it's only looking bullish. I can't see any other alternative, any other scenario that would keep silver low or put it back downwards. So anyways, let me know what you guys think about this. I definitely think that this was a great article to look at, especially from a numbers game, right? We can talk about $50 silver all day, but if we have no reason to back it, then are we making any type of real valid point? We have evidence here. We have real scenarios, real situations that we're looking at from both sides of the fence. We can look at, the false breakout. We can look at what would happen, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and then we could look at, the reality. I'm a realist. I've always been a realist, right? I'm not one of those people that, I am, and that's with all aspects of my life. I mean, yes, I have goals. Yes, I think outside of the box. Yes, I can see, but at the end of the day, you got to look at the reality of the situation, especially from an investor standpoint. So I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you thought this video was educational, informational, at least entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. I post daily videos every single day, keeping you guys in the loop, the inside scoop of precious metals, so you will never have to miss a beat. Every day, if you don't want to go to all these articles or search around for the articles, just subscribe, click the bell so you get notified. And every day, just check this 10-15 minute video out, get your daily dose of the precious metals market, and keep it going, right? All you gotta do is be subscribed to my channel, and every single day you will know what's going on, and you can apply that to your own stack. So I got you guys every day. I got you guys. Make sure you are subscribed, not for my sake, for your sake, because you need to know this. There's too much stuff happening. You cannot be blindly investing. It's not realistic if you want to be successful. So anyways, thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.